What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome to another episode of the Narcissists Code. I am your favorite self-aware narcissist, Mr. Lee Hammock, aka Mental Healness from TikTok, Mental Healness from Instagram, Mental Healness from YouTube, where you're probably watching that now, and in podcast form as well. If this is your first time tuning in, I am a diagnosed narcissist. I am a self-aware narcissist. I literally have narcissistic personality disorder. I know that might blow your mind and whatnot, but trust me, I've been in therapy for the last 4 years, and the point of this channel, the point of my entire platform of TikTok and everywhere else, over 600,000 people now, is to bring awareness to cluster B personality disorders and other mental health issues and things like that, to get other men and women into therapy to help them live better existences, and to also in the process help validate victims and survivors of narcissistic abuse and things of that nature. So today's episode is going to be about the elusive closure. Why doesn't a narcissist give you closure? What does closure from a narcissist look like? And from my perspective. So here we go, y'all. First of all, closure. I'm gonna start from the end. This is gonna be some Benjamin Button type stuff. We're gonna start from the end and work our way to the beginning. So, closure is something that you have to give yourself. Closure is that finality that the relationship, the friendship, the partnership, the brotherhood, the sisterhood, or whatever, the job is over. The final, the closing of that situation, the closing of that chapter in your life, the closing of that book of your life, the closing, point blank, period. Closure is something you have to give yourself. No other person on this planet can give you closure, because if anybody else, especially a narcissist, y'all, to give the narcissist the power over giving you closure is devastating. It's one of the most absolutely devastating things that you can possibly ever do, because narcissists will not give you closure. And here's one of the reasons why. Because narcissists rarely, there is a final discard from a narcissist where a narcissist will never reach out to you again. But there's also time where narcissists will try to keep you, try to string you along, try to keep you on the hook just in case their new situation doesn't work out. So how do they do that? By ghosting you, by not providing you closure, by refusing to have that one last final conversation for you, because they know if they have that one last final conversation with you, that it might actually be over. So if they don't give you closure, I can keep you on the hook. If I disappear on you, if the narcissist in your life just absolutely vanishes up on you one day, disappears and runs off with somebody else, it looks like closure to everybody else, but you don't know why. You're asking questions, why? Why did I get left? Why did I get discarded? Why wasn't I good enough? You want the narcissist or that person, the toxic person. I know everybody's not a narcissist. Come on, y'all. I know that. But I literally am. So you want them to explain to you why you feel this way you feel right now. Why you feel like you were not enough for this person. Like, why wasn't I good enough? Why are you literally giving the next person everything that I wanted? And they know, like, the narcissist and narcissist brains knows. And this is like, I know people are like, is this intentional? It's like an innate behavior. It's like tying your shoe. When you become, when you first learning how to tie your shoe, it's like rabbit curls over the hole, through the hoop, rabbit, hoop, shoe tied. And it's the same way, but now, like, you used to have to do all the type of stuff to tie your shoe. But now, like, you just tie your shoe. I can tie my shoe right now when I'm talking to y'all. I got sandals. I can still tie my shoe. You know what I mean? So now, I don't have to, like, you don't have to think about tying your shoe. It's just like a second nature. It's like literally you just can do it. And now you can show other people how to do it. So this is like second nature for a narcissist to be able to do this, because they know if they give you that closure, if they tell you, hey, this isn't working out, this is blah blah this, and some of them, not all of them do the same thing. Not all narcissists are going to be the same. I just know that's truth, point blank period. Not all narcissists are the same. It's just, we know, but the ones that withhold closure are literally sometimes trying to keep you in that cycle, trying to keep you in that pattern, trying to keep you in that holding pattern, so you can't move on, because you don't know. You always wondering why. I've talked to so many people doing my one-on-ones. They just want closure, and they are all asking for it in different ways. Like, why wasn't I enough? What made him or her leave me for somebody else? Why do I feel worthless right now? Why did they, why wasn't I good enough to even just break up with? Why did they just ghost me? Things like that. And it's always mean to me. I kind of read through the lines of like, okay, what it sounds like you're looking for right now is closure. And, I tell them, I'm like, look, there's something you have to get to the point where you have to accept it, that you give that to yourself, because you close the chapter on the relationship, not them. You close the chapter on your feelings, not them. They don't get they're not in control, And I saw a saying the other day that the disrespect should be the closure. That should be your closure right there. The fact that they can disrespect you, ghost you, disappear on you, that should be your closure right there. But it's never that easy though, is it? So like I said, narcissists, if they don't give you closure, they just run off with somebody else, or don't even explain it to you. Then you are sitting there looking for answers. You're in your mind, the relationship is still going on. You're just like, what? It's over, but it's still going on in my mind because I don't have that. I don't have the final why. And the answer is a lot of times why, because narcissists sometimes they like literally you outgrow the narcissist, and they're like it's like a sixth sense. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's like a sixth sense. Like a narcissist can tell that you are unhappy. A narcissist can tell that you are about to move on, that that you're not feeling the relationship 100%. A narcissist can tell all of that stuff, y'all, and they can sense it, so they try to protect themselves by moving on. And then sometimes they'll move on, and like this is the weirdest type of closure, the weirdest type of like lingering closure, the closure denial that a narcissist will do is the fact that sometimes they'll try to turn you from the main person, the main girl, the main dude, the main woman, and whatnot, into the side person. Hey, look, I know I left. I know it's just like, it was just so rambunctious of me. It's just so like, it's you know me. This is not something I would normally do. This is not something I do on a normal basis. Like, I don't know why I did it. I'm unhappy in this new relationship. Like, oh my goodness, have you moved on yet? If you haven't moved on, you know what? I don't know. Maybe we can still be friends. Oh my goodness, to still be friends. So they try to turn you from the main person into the side person. So you end up, and some of y'all, like some people will literally do that, become that, because they think they holding out hope that the narcissist will leave that new person for them. No, it doesn't work out that way. They'll leave the new person back for you if they get caught cheating on the new person with you, the original person. I know it's a tongue twister sometimes, but no, that's literally how it happens. And yeah, you get stuck in this cycle, and now you're sneaking around with the person you were in love with, and they weaponize that against you. So now you're sneaking around and texting. Sometimes I've talked to some people in the one-on-ones where now it's become exciting. Now you get to be the mystery man or the mystery woman, the side person. It's exciting to some people. I get it, but like to me it's just like now you got to sneak around with somebody you lived with a couple months ago. Now you're sneaking around while they over here starting a family with somebody else. Like that's when the situation gets a little touchy right there, a little weird. But like I said, closure, you have to get to the point where closure is something you give to yourself, and you have to start relearn to give yourself that value back, your self-worth, your self-value back, and things like that, because you spent so much time giving it to this narcissistic person in your life, or the toxic person in your life, or the person just who wasn't making you happy. You spent so much time trying to appease them, giving them love and giving them validation, that you've lost a little bit of yourself. And now they are the only person who you can look to for love, validation, affection, and things of that nature, even though they've moved on. So it's in your head. The relationship still has not been closed yet, fully and final. And I know that, as I said, I know that sucks. I'll be looking at it sometimes, and like I'll be like, "Dang, this is a weird dynamic y'all have going on now." Like how you literally went from being the wife or the husband to the mistress or the mister. It's the male version of mistress. Is that mister? I don't know. I have to look that up, y'all. But it's just a weird dynamic. So it's like closure, the finality is something that you have to give to yourself. To just accept the fact that this person wasn't good enough for you. Accept the fact that you were too good for that person. Reframe it. You have to reframe it in your mind to give yourself the most power. Because if you frame it in your brain that you weren't good enough for them, and the next person is better than you, you will obsess over that new relationship. You will obsess. You will obsess over the narcissist and how they moved on. You want to reach out to the new person. You want to talk to the narcissist. You want to beg and plead the narcissist, to talk to you, to give you closure, something like that. You end up sleeping with them again, and then you end up in that circle again. Y'all. You gotta power yourself back up into that situation, and power yourself back up to get out of that situation, to get out of that holding pattern. You just holding powder around the airport, waiting to land. You have to land your own plane. You are the pilot and the co-pilot. You are the pilot and the co-pilot. You have to land your own plane in the closure airport. Because the narcissists, they over there flying their own plane with somebody else as their co-pilot. They are the pilot of their new plane, and they have a new co-pilot. And you're following them, behind them, in the same holding pattern, hoping and praying that they see you on the radar again. Hey, I'm still on the radar, please, don't do that. because once you I'm telling you, once you become the hanger on of the new person for the narcissist, once you become that, they like everything that they ever did wrong in the relationship, the cheating, the whatever. Because a lot of times they cheat on you, and then they end up with the person they cheated on you with, you know, and things of that nature. And like I'm telling you, a narcissist will have no sympathy for wasting your time at all. Because they'll look at it like narcissists will look at it like this: like, you made the active choice, you are an active participant in this. Like, you made the choice to be the second, be the new person, be the side chick now. You made the choice to be the side dude now. I didn't tell you to waste the next 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years of your life being the side dude, waiting for me to leave my new relationship. You made that active choice, so now it's your fault. That's how the narcissist mind works. They don't care about wasting your time. So that's what I say. Once they get out, once you come to the realization and accept the fact that, you know, you have to close the relationship up, you take your power back, you close it up. You close the door. You block them on everything. Because if they, like, I'm telling you, the worst type of thing the narcissist can do is discard you, ghost you, and block you on everything. And I see that a lot too. People like, typically, why would the narcissist block me? That's not a narcissist thing, is it? Like, the narcissist like literally broke up with me, cheated on me, and blocked me on everything. Now I can't contact them. Now I can't contact them. Now I can't get the closure or whatever. And I was like, that's because, like, if a narcissist blocks you and everything like that, they are in control of the situation. Now they control the blocking and the unblocking. They can unblock you at any time, peek at your stuff, reblock you, and you'll never know it unless they like a status or like a comment or something like that, or just they reveal themselves. Or you look at their page, you search them up one day and you realize that you unblocked. You know, they control the blocking and the unblocking, so they can control, like, they block you first, so they can control whether or not who sees whose stuff. They just block you. You know, I know on TikTok you can hunt them down and you can block them back, you know, but on other platforms I don't know if you can do that, because you can't even find their stuff unless they, you know, if they block you can't even find their page. So yeah, so they control the blocking and the unblocking on the Messenger, on TikTok, on WhatsApp, and Snapchat, and all the other good stuff. So that's what you need, like, to give to steps to give yourself closure. Block them. Remove them from the life, from your life, and make, because if they want to contact you, they're gonna find a way to contact you. They just are, you know. There's so many different ways to contact you. Somebody else's phone, your parents, you know, your mutual friends, the kids, some way, shape, or form of contacting you. If they want to contact you, they're gonna find a way to contact you. They're just it. But give yourself that peace that they have to find a way to contact you. It's just not easy. It's just not as easy as them picking the phone up and just dialing your number or sending you a text message like that, or, you know, some heart eyes or a kissy face or something like that, some kind of emoji or something like that, just to get back in there. Make it hard on them, because they say they might come back. And like, will they come back? What you allow is what will continue. If you allow them to come back, they'll come back they'll come back and ruin your life. As soon as you get to your happy point, the narcissist can sense it, come back and ruin your life, because they can sense that you're happy. It's like a weird sixth sense. Y'all can tell, like they smell it in the air, like, my ex is happy. Hey, big head, how you doing? I know we ended things weirdly, so just wanted to reach out and say, I'm here if you need me. No more closure. Because you made it so easy for them to text you, now you're not even surprised. Like, you kind of like waited on it. So block them. That's step one to giving yourself closure. Step two is to realize your worth and your value. Find your worth and your value. That person does not dictate your worth or your value. You know, because if they do, if you allow them to dictate both your worth and your value, then they pretty much own you. They pretty much are they pretty much who you have to answer to feel good about yourself. You know, because you automatically don't feel bad about yourself unless they say something nice to you, make you feel good about yourself, or they give you some little breadcrumbing love and stuff like that. We'll go over breadcrumbing here sooner or later in my videos and things like that. Step 3, practice that self-love. What have you done for yourself? Like, how do you break the trauma bond, give yourself that closure? What have you done for yourself lately? I ask people this in their one-on-ones all the time. I was just like, what have you done for yourself lately? What do you like to do by yourself? Oh, I like to go out with my friends. I like to go out and have a little drink. So, like, by yourself. No friends, no nothing. By yourself. Turn your phone off. What would you do if you just turned your phone off for a couple hours? What would you do? Do that. Because that helps you. It's going to be some, I'm telling you, when you turn your phone off and you disconnect from society, it's a different world, y'all. It is literally a different world out here. You start seeing stuff and hearing stuff you haven't heard before. Turn your phone off and go for a walk. 30 minutes. It don't have to be for a couple hours. Turn your phone off and go for a 10, 15, 20, 30-minute walk. Just do something different. Break your patterns. Break the cycle. Do something different. Because these patterns that you're in right now are going to keep you stuck on this person. Keep you without giving yourself closure. Break the patterns of your daily routine. I normally go down this road right here. Take it back road. It's add 3 minutes. Let me see some stuff I've never seen before. Those are 3 steps I know you can start by giving yourself closure. And also, like step 4, bonus step, get around other people who are going through similar things. Because they can help you give yourself closure as well. Because when you internalize your battle, when you internalize your struggle, and you don't talk to anybody else about your struggle, if you don't journal it down and write it down, you internalize it. So guess who helps you out with yourself? You. You are the person you're the only person you can talk to about your situation, because sometimes you're just embarrassed, sometimes you just don't want to talk about it, sometimes you don't want people feeling sorry for you. You know what I mean? Get it out of your system. Talk to somebody about it. If you have to write it down first, journal it first, and get it out of your system, because you don't want to internalize it. It's like poison. It's like poisoning yourself, because if you internalize it, excuse me, if you internalize it, it's literally like poisoning yourself with dark thoughts and self-deprecating thoughts and things like that. So you don't want to internalize this struggle and this battle by yourself, So get it out your system, because it's like literally poisonous. It's like, having some backed up nastiness in your system and things like that. Okay, y'all, I gotta get off here. I got a one-on-one here in the next 5 minutes. I wanted to get this video done, so I think I did a pretty decent job. 16 minutes. Okay, cool. If you want one-on-one, the link is in the bio of my TikTok. The link is in the bio for my Instagram, my YouTube, and whatnot. It's also in the description of the YouTube in this video right here. But thank y'all so much for tuning in. Let me know what you want to hear next. I appreciate every one of y'all. The people who like me, the people who don't like me, the people who don't like me, you get on my nerves. But you let me know I'm doing something right because you don't like me. So that's cool. But anyways, I really, truly appreciate every single one of y'all. The battle continues on. Thank you so much. Mental Healness is out. No, this is me giving you closure right here. This is me giving myself closure on this video by hitting the stop button. Appreciate it, y'all. Out.